Do not adjust your YouTube settings, you've not been transported 11 years into the past. Fernando Alonso is back behind the wheel of a Renault Formula 1 car. The two-time world champion drove Renault's RS20 at Barcelona for his first on-track run since agreeing a deal for his F1 comeback next year. Alonso is rejoining Renault for a third stint after winning his titles with the first generation of the team in 2005 and 2006, then rejoining it for 2008 and 2009 after a single season at McLaren. Alonso left F1 at the end of the 2018 season, but he's fed up of spending his time on the sidelines, so make sure you're subscribed to the race so you can follow all the big developments as Alonso prepares for his F1 return. So let's get into the first of those, Alonso's first taste of Renault's 2020 Challenger. Alonso was limited to 100 kilometres of running on demonstration tyres at Barcelona, but he's already dropped several hints of where his short-term and long-term focuses are to make sure he's ready for 2021 after 2 seasons out and that Renault achieves its objectives. He said the car was outperforming the driver in this short run, as Alonso openly admitted to being unable to get the maximum out of it. As good as Alonso is, it's probably better for F1 that someone can't step back in after a time away and be pushing the car straight to its limits. It's worth noting that Alonso's first F1 drive since testing for McLaren in early 2019 comes after his third attempt at the Indianapolis 500 in August and his Dakar Rally debut earlier this year, so he's been jumping between cars that, in his own words, couldn't be more different. As a result, Alonso felt he was still missing a bit in references like braking points and cornering speeds, and admitted there are many things I need to get used to again, but he expects that to take a shorter period of time than getting used to a completely new car like Dakar or Indy. When his comeback was announced, Alonso said he was in the best physical condition of his life. He said his neck held up to the limited running he completed in his test on Tuesday, though joked, "I'll tell you tomorrow, maybe a bit of pain," and admitted his neck and upper body will need to be reinforced in the coming months to make him race ready. But what about what Alonso learned from being in the car itself? Though Alonso and the team did not have free rein at this test given the mileage and tyre restrictions, a driver like Alonso, who is so focused on marginal gains, unsurprisingly found ways to make detailed notes. He said he was improving with each lap and trying to give feedback to the engineers, can already feel the potential within the car, and has outlined several areas he hopes to make strides with the team in the coming months, from comfort to performance. His seat positioning and fitting, the steering wheel and pedal positions were all listed among the many things Alonso says he needs to get through with Renault after this test. Alonso's also already made a note of strengthening his communication with the team's engineers. His target is a good connection that we understand each other just by looking at each other. Time is on Renault's side to give Alonso what he needs, but it's already mid-October, so there's not much room for delays if he's to get everything as he likes it by the time a restricted pre-season programme begins in late February. When Alonso was first announced with the team, he encouraged it to put more focus on the new technical rules for 2022, as the prospect of a year treading water in the midfield did not hold much interest. But now he believes Renault has all the ingredients to do a good 2021 as well, because the team's on a great run of on-track form at the moment. And as Renault F1 boss Cyril Abiteboul has said, Alonso's like a shark that smelled blood. He's on the attack. Renault's developed its 2020 car strongly and is one of the form teams in F1, having outscored everyone except Mercedes in the last 5 Grand Prix. The RS20 appears to have become the third fastest car on the grid, and Daniel Ricciardo's podium at the Nürburgring, Renault's first since its works team returned in 2016, capped an impressive run of results. And Alonso's well aware of that progress, as in addition to visiting Renault's Enstone and Viry facilities and driving the 2020 car on the simulator, his preparations include being fully immersed in the Grand Prix weekends from home. Renault provided him equipment so he can follow Ricciardo and Esteban Ocon's onboards, listen to radio communications during the sessions, and join in with debriefs and strategy meetings afterwards. All this has left Alonso talking of high hopes for his Renault reunion, and though he stressed the need to keep their feet on the ground given 2021 is expected to be relatively similar to this season, he talked enthusiastically about there being a lot of positive energy and optimism for next year. It needs to work for both team and driver, as the coming seasons are the last chance for both to get it right. Alonso's unlikely to get another shot, as he'll be 41 by the time his initial 2-year deal to return ends, and Renault's rebrand under the Alpine name next year may not be long for this world if the team slips back into underachievement mode, or Renault feels the experiment of giving a little-known brand the full works treatment has failed. Spirits are rightly high though, and Alonso's first test marks an important milestone for the team's medium-term ambitions. For once, the Renault master plan looks realistic, and Alonso's role in that will only get bigger from here. Before we sign off, one final revelation from Alonso was of his crash helmet colours. He's teased a design based on his championship winning years to mark his Renault return, promising we'll see inspiration from 14 or 15 years ago. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see Alonso incorporate, and whether you think the brand new Alpine livery should carry a nod to the Alonso Renault legacy as well. Thanks for watching, hit the like button if you approved, make sure you're subscribed if you want to come back for more, and ring the bell to be notified as soon as new videos are published.